Welcome to a visual journey through the changing landscape of global trade. From 1970 to 2022, watch as the world's top 15 nations compete for dominance in importing goods and services. This data, measured in current US dollars, will reveal several interesting trends and shifts over the decades. With an engaging beat in the background. Let's jump in. Now, let's dive into how the world of trade has evolved, decade by decade, nation by nation. Get ready, as the story of global imports is about to begin. The 1970s. A time when developed economies ruled the global stage. Leading the pack, the United States, its consumer-driven economy shaping international trade. Germany and Japan have emerged as powerful contenders, driven by their post-World War II recovery and rapid industrial growth. Across Europe, nations like France and the UK carve their roles as major importers, cementing the continent's economic influence. Fast forward to the 1980s. The United States maintains its lead, but Japan, driven by an extraordinary economic boom, quickly narrows the gap. This era also marks the emergence of the Asian tigers, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Singapore, signaling Asia's growing influence in global trade. Meanwhile, oil-rich nations like Saudi Arabia experience intermittent spikes, their oil-driven revenues translating to increased imports. Across Europe, economic integration begins to take shape, further strengthening Germany and France. By the late 1990s, globalization is in full swing. The United States still leads, but competition heats up. China, the sleeping giant, awakens as a significant importer, spurred by economic reforms and its WTO entry in 2001. Across the Atlantic, the EU single market solidifies Europe's influence, while NAFTA fuels North America's trade expansion. The world is becoming more interconnected than ever before. The 2000s bring a dramatic shift as China overtakes several nations to become the second-largest importer, driven by industrial growth and booming domestic demand. The United States remains on top but shows signs of slowing growth. Germany and France hold steady as pillars of stability, while emerging markets like South Korea and India begin making their mark on global trade. By the 2010s, the trade landscape transforms into a multipolar arena. China cements its position as the second-largest importer, driven by its transition to a consumer-led economy. The United States faces ups and downs, from the 2008 financial crash to the COVID-19 pandemic. Emerging economies like India rise steadily, while traditional powers like Europe and Japan experience slower growth relative to Asia's dynamism. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupts global trade, but highlights the resilience and interdependence of supply chains. By 2022, the United States, China, and Germany dominate the rankings, showcasing their roles as global economic hubs. Meanwhile, emerging nations, notably India, continue their upward climb. In conclusion, the evolution of the global economy is evident, shifting from a Western-centric system to a more interconnected and multipolar trade world. China's meteoric rise, from a minor player in the 1980s to a top importer by the 2010s, underscores its dual role as both the factory of the world and a burgeoning consumer market. While traditional powers such as the United States, Germany, and Japan remain influential, the steady ascent of nations like India and South Korea signals a profound shift. The reality of today's global trade landscape is a far more complex and interconnected network than ever before. This is the story of global trade, a testament to resilience, innovation, and the unstoppable march of progress. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share.